What's up, gang? How everybody doing? I hope y'all doing good, cause I am. Shout out to the new folks. Shout out to the Payal gang. Shout out to the notification squad. Cause yeah, y'all own it. Yeah, we in the building. Now look, I found the video with Tay Zunday. Y'all remember the video Tay Zunday had? The most important receipt of the case, cause the video that she said that the police were there at one some, man, I got the video. It's on one of my lives and I got it pulled up and we're gonna go over it back at it again. You see what I'm saying? But let's do a recap before we get started. We got to you know what I'm talking about. Why Trey you pulling up Tay Zunday video and it's saying the police was there at one time. Let's do a recap. Now, if Irene Live and TY Live was at 12 something and the manager now was going to the room going on 1 o'clock, what that tells you, gang? What do that tells you? Now, I'm gonna ask this question. What do they tell you if you got a witness at the hotel? Before I even bring up the witness, this is what I found out about the Kenneka Jenkins case. Irene Live wasn't at 136. They put that there to cover up what was going on at 136. Her live was at one some. Going on, at 12 some, going on at one, just like TY Live was. When y'all heard the manager coming to the door, that's going on 1 o'clock. So if you got witnesses saying that the police were there controlling the elevators at 1 o'clock, what the fuck that mean? Hi y'all. Damn, it happy Father's Day. I ain't even know that. Yeah, shout out to me. Happy Father's Day. You know what I'm about. My baby might call me soon. All right. So look, think about this, gang. This the whole purpose for me pulling up this live video. Cause check this out. If Irene Live wasn't at 136 like we all suspected, right? So what was going on with Kenneka for an hour in the fucking half? This is the way I want y'all to look at it. If those lives was at 12 something, at 12 something, and then from 1 o'clock, what was Kenneka at? What was going on with Kenneka for an hour and a half before she seen rolling through the halls on surveillance footage, bro? Cause remember, Irene Live, we used to think they was at 136. So if that is not the case, then they could miss me with that. Yeah, the party got started around 2 some and all this old shit. Everybody know the police was involved in it. So how you going to accuse and point the fingers at the police? You already got fingers pointing at Monifa. Clap your hands and pat your back. You did right when you did that. You point your fingers at Irene. So you got other suspects out there. Who you gonna point your other fingers to? You see what I'm saying? You got maintenance man there, you got security there, and you got police there. Then we already know how the time is off. You see what I'm saying? Man, the clock is ticking. You see what I'm saying? This shit is ticking, bro. All right, now let's go to this.
Come to my room due to the running toilet. He laughed.
I want y'all to listen to this shit, bro.
I got very upset. Service. Late that night, the toilet would not flush and now constantly running and disturbing our sleep. I called the front desk a few times with no answer. I got very upset as they were not answering to go downstairs. It was late, around 1 a.m. When I went down, all I saw was police standing around. My immediate reaction was something happened as I began.
Now, do y'all hear that? They said 1 o'clock, bro. They said 1 o'clock, the police. is at the elevators at 1 o'clock, bruh. Hold on. Now, think about this shit. Now, look what Sergeant Rose said at 1 o'clock. Damn, right here. Look what he said at 1 o'clock. So y'all don't see what the fuck going on here? So do y'all see what the fuck is going on? This what we need to be concerned about. From 1 to through 30 when she got off on the elevator. This all we gonna discuss, bro. Cause this when these folk witnessing foul play with Kenneka and the hotel should be charged from a crime of opportunity. Cause they committed a crime cause they seen the opportunity, bro. And look what's going on. Why you think T.Y. cut the phone down when the manager come there? All this at once something. Then he said, don't call the motherfucking po-po. Then you got Tay Sunday saying this shit.
To walk towards the front desk, a police officer stopped me. He asked me what I wanted. I thought this odd to ask and told him how I needed maintenance to come to my room due to the running toilet. He laughed and said, just put a pillow over your head. As I started to walk forward, he placed his arms on my...
So this was at 1 o'clock, right? And keep this in mind what that lady just said. About 1 o'clock. About 1 o'clock, bro. And you got this going on. Ain't this at 1 o'clock? Ain't this shit showing you at 1 o'clock, bro? Look. This at 1 o'clock. Ooh. So if you think about what Tay Sunday saying at 1 o'clock, right? Look.
my chest. Instead, I stopped and he asked me what I was something happened. Service. Late that night, the toilet would not flush and now constantly running and disturbing our sleep. I called the front desk a few times with no answer. I got very upset as they were not answering to go downstairs. It was late, around 1 a.m. When I went down, all I saw was police standing around. My immediate reaction was something happened. As I began to walk towards the front desk, a police officer stopped me. He asked me what I wanted. I thought this odd to ask and told him how I needed maintenance to come to my room due to the running toilet. He laughed and said, just put a pillow over your head. As I started to walk forward, he placed his arms on my chest and said, stop right there. I said, why are you placing your hands on me? He said, sorry, I cannot let you go further. I said, why? What's going on? He said, nothing at all. Just return to your room. That is what I am telling you to do, and forget what's going on here. I felt something was going on the right to know. I went back upstairs furious. My wife asked me, as I was now so irritated making noise to wake her. I told her. Then she got very angry. She dialed the front desk. A lady answered, and I could hear my wife speaking to her. Why are you not allowing my husband to go to the front desk? We need maintenance. She apologized and said no one can come to the lobby at this moment. My wife asked, is something going on at the hotel? I could hear no, and stairs and sorry that we were being inconvenienced. That if we could be patient until morning, they could have a manager call us. I found it very odd that we were never told they would be filming in the hotel. I could not sleep. I had to.
Y'all heard it? They said they were filming. Guess who I showed y'all? Guess who?
I got off and walked downstairs to see the lobby.
Now, check this out. Watch this. Want me to tell you how that lady said this? Like, damn, the elevator wouldn't even let you go to the main floor. It would stop at the floor up above. Watch this game. Look. We see who in the lobby going at one song. Check this out. Right here. That explain why their friends K didn't get off on the lobby floor. Why he would get off on the lower level and then go to the lower level and go to the desk. Why he just didn't get off on the lobby floor? You see what I'm saying? Just like what Tay Sunday video said, bro. So when it all boiled down, man, them police were there at one song. That motherfucker was there at one song. No wonder why he would be running around on in and out the elevator. So you know he bumping into other guests. See what I'm saying? This nigga couldn't even get off on the lobby floor. He had to get off on the lower level lobby just to get back to the main lobby.
I didn't see any big film productions, mostly cell phones out, but many kids in the lobby hanging around, walking around.
So let's look at it. From 1 o'clock. Starting off at 1 o'clock, bro, and look how dead it is. Man, you got to be kidding me, bro. So this would be at 1 o'clock, but it gonna say 2 o'clock. You know this an hour back. So look at this shit. Friends Cave on the move. No wonder why he going that way, cause I'm thinking he running in and out the bathroom. He ain't even running in and out the bathroom, bro. See, boom. And check this out. Y'all finna actually see the dude. Check this out, bro. Man, that lady, I'ma tell y'all how big this receipt is on this case. Cause guess who y'all finna see in the lobby, bro? And you finna know who sent the fucking letter, bro. Then you will know who finna send the letter. They said 110 Prince K, go follow them. So basically, they saying police is on the other side of this camera right here. It look like somebody controlling traffic. So look how thin the traffic is now. Boom, they coming back in. Breathing it. Man, you see this shit? So look at this. Watch this.
around, older folks with luggage just hanging around. As I began to walk towards the front desk, a security guard ran towards me and told me to go back to my room. I asked if there was a problem. He said, "It's okay. Please go now." I asked if those kids were causing a problem. He said, "No, it's okay. We just don't want to have any others in the area." I could not do much about it but go back upstairs. I told my wife, and she said she was not happy with the service and wanted to check out. I agreed, as we were here for holiday, and did this hotel was just not for us. The next day, September 9th, my family checked out. While waiting, I chatted up with a guy who I'd seen in the cafeteria to say hello, who asked me, "Do you find something odd about this hotel?" I found that a strange question to answer. We did not like it due to lack.
All right. Y'all go on there with like you don't want to they yeah, come in later. You gotta know
This hotel, I found that a strange question to answer. We did not like it due to lack of service and rudeness by staff. The pool closing, disappointing our kids. His reply was there was something more going on here. I seen cops. He mentioned, "Well, you do know that they have an organ place next door. Them cases I seen some folks look like carriers. Maybe they're snatching organs there." And he laughed out loud. I was stunned and just stared and said nothing more to him. Felt more uncomfortable and just wanted to check out and get it done and get the hell out of there. When we checked out, they gave us a coupon to stay one night free at the Holiday Inn. We then went to another hotel and enjoyed the rest of our holiday. I wrote a review about my complaint on their website, but they never approved it. A few months later, my son said, "I saw your family on a video on your holiday about the death of the girl where you stayed." My son asked what he was talking about, and his friend said, "It is a big case going on at the hotel you all stayed at that got him into, as they say, it was a murder, to watch YouTube videos and go to their website and their whole file on it." So we began to review things.
So look, is y'all actually paying attention what's going on in the footage right here? Everything that lady just said, do you see it? I mean, do you see it? Look. Now look what's going on. Look what's really going on, bro. Check this. Now this the part right here. Check this out, bro. What the fuck this look like?
Time out. Now keep it.
And to share with you an email that I got from a witness whose family stayed at the Crown Plaza September 6th through the 9th, 2017. Perhaps shed light or maybe clarify things that we all dug so deeply into the Kenneka Jenkins case.
All right, listen to me, y'all. This is what I want y'all to look for.
So I will now read the email in case you cannot. Dear Miss Day, I have been following this case since the start. We are one of the families seen on the video. We did not have any clue that we were on the surveillance nor told. This is why, and our part in this. We are at the Crown Plaza.
Now, if you paying attention, you will know who this family is on the video. You will know who the family is on the video, right? Because it's telling you what to look for in the video. It's telling you what you gonna see on this motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? Watch this shit, bro.
Chicago's September 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, checking out September 9th at 11 a.m. We were supposed to stay September 5th, but we missed our flight. However, the hotel still charged us for the room as we were too late to cancel, so this is why you see that charge on the bill. We were ticked off by that. We had gone to the cafeteria. I realized I left my jacket in there. I went back downstairs to see if it was open. It was not. So I went to the front desk to let them know about my coat. I left and get more room keys. There were a lot of kids hanging around. They looked thug-like. They looked rough, and they did not make me feel comfortable. I went to the front desk to inquire about my jacket and noticed staff had changed their shift. There was security in the lobby in a few areas, as well as some businessmen, but did not think much about it, but saw some rough young adults in the lobby as we walked to the elevator, some behind us. As my family and I got into the elevator, the kids stopped and did not continue towards the elevator, but walked back towards the lobby. I was glad, as they made me feel nervous. We wanted to go swimming, however, when we arrived, the door was locked. When I was at the door, I could see kids, businessmen, all in street clothes. The young, rough-looking.
Did y'all hear that? Was live.
It's closed, yet people in there. They told me I feel nervous. We wanted to go swimming, however, when we arrived, the door was locked. When I was at the door, I could see kids, businessmen, all in street clothes. The young, rough-looking. My kids were disappointed, so I went to the front desk to ask why it's closed, yet people in there. They told me they were having a private party. I did not give it any more thought, and our family just went to our room, ordered room service, watched a movie.
Now, y'all heard that. Consider that it's the truth for right now. Just consider that that's a lead. What's that telling you? Now you got Irene. They booked this shit on the 6th. Remember, on the 7th, bro. They booked the room on the 7th. Right? They telling you what these motherfuckers were doing. See, they what people fail to realize. Everybody still thinking these people made it there on the night for Irene's birthday party. You got it. So you mean to tell me nobody went in and out the room on the 7th and the 8th? That's 2 days before that girl even showed up, bruh. You see what I'm saying? So they let you know, man, them folks had the pool on lock. Now, if you can't check this out. Tell me where would Kenneka be at 1 to 2:30? What would Kenneka be at? I'ma just see how many everybody would know. What would Kenneka be at 1 o'clock to 2:30, bro? Cause in the beginning, they said she was in the room with Irene going live and shit with the glasses. And that wasn't even at 1 o'clock. So what the fuck Kenneka would be at between 1 and 2:30? That's an hour and 30 fucking minutes, bro. Sad shit, bro. Man, this shit fucked up, bro. Man, this whole Kenneka Jenkins case fucked up, bro. Man, this shit fucked up. Man, I thought we was all on the same page, but clearly we ain't got that. You see what I'm saying?
And settled for the night.
Private
Was a nice fruit basket and chocolates. We went about our day, leaving the hotel September 7th to do tours and shopping, enjoying our day. When I entered the room, my coat was hanging in a bag on the hook. Also left was a nice fruit basket and chocolates with an apology the pool being closed. We thought that nice. September 8th, as we entered the lobby, one of the staff came to me and said that the kitchen was closed, but we're told that they would have light snacks in the cafeteria area between 3 and 5 p.m. When we went there, all they had was pizza, cold drinks, water, coffee in a thermos. Others who stayed at the hotel were
Y'all remember the
also left was a nice fruit basket and chocolates with an apology the pool being closed. We thought that nice. September 8th, as we entered the lobby, one of the staff came to me and said that the kitchen was closed, but we're told that they would have light snacks in the cafeteria area between 3 and 5 p.m. When we went there,
Man, don't you know what she just said is the biggest receipt, bro? Did you hear what that lady just said about the kitchen? What they supposed to be doing, bro? And remember what Larry Rogers, man, come on. I ain't the only one doing this shit. You mean to tell me this ain't no receipt right here?
that the kitchen was September 8th. As we entered the lobby, one of the staff came to me and said that the kitchen was closed, but we're told that they would have light snacks in the cafeteria area between 3 and 5 p.m. When we went there, all they had was pizza, cold drinks, water, coffee in a thermos. Others who stayed at the hotel were there too. We talked and they were not happy about the service. Late that night, the toilet would not flush and now constantly running and disturbing our sleep. I called the front desk a few times with no answer. I got very upset as they were not answering to go downstairs. It was late, around 1 a.m. When I went down, all I saw was police standing around.
What you see on the footage right here? Look, what do you see right here, gang? So y'all see what the fuck going on in the lobby, going on Tucson. An hour and 30 minutes, and look what you seeing on the foot. What she said about what she would see people with luggage and who else and what they would be doing and what staff member she would be seeing round about this time. Now look, boom. Where French K finna go? Where French K finna go with his jacket on, gang? Man, y'all better answer this shit right now, bro. Cause I'm about to get mad in the motherfucker. I'm dead serious. And I'm finna be mad in the motherfucker. 6 years. 6 years. Man, where is this sucker going to? This the most important part of the footage, bruh. All right, let's carry on.
Service. Late that night, the toilet would not flush and now constantly running and disturbing our sleep. I called the front desk a few times with no answer. I got very upset as they were not answering to go downstairs. It was late, around 1 a.m. When I went down, all I saw was police standing around. My immediate reaction was something happened. As I began to walk towards the front desk, a police officer stopped me. He asked me what I wanted. I thought this odd to ask and told him how I needed maintenance to come to my room due to the running toilet. He laughed and said, "Just put a pillow over your head." As I started to walk forward, he placed his arms on my chest and said, "Stop right there." I said, "Why are you placing your hands on me?" He said, "Sorry, I cannot let you go further." I said, "Why? What's going on?" He said, "Nothing at all. Just return to your room. That is what I am telling you to do, and forget what's going on here." I felt something was going on the right to know. I went back upstairs furious. My wife asked me, as I was now so irritated, making noise to wake her. I told her. Then she got very angry. She dialed the front desk. A lady answered, and I could hear my wife speaking to her. "Why are you not allowing my husband to go to the front desk? We need maintenance."
Now keep this in mind, right? She's gonna tell you who to look for. So if you're looking at this lobby footage, right? Look what this showing. That means the police right at the elevator, bro, and they right at the pool area. according to this later letter. And then once you look at this, what Sergeant Rose put out, damn, bro. Now, if you look what he's saying at 1:30, what they telling you guys? What's that telling you? She saying she seen the police at one some. You got Sergeant Rose saying this shit at one some. Then you see what Franz K doing at one some. So now you know who they finna protect now. Watch
Apologized and said no one can come to the lobby at this moment. My wife asked,
Ooh, wait,
is
hold
something
up.
going on at the hotel? I could hear no, and
Ooh, y'all see what's going on now? Ooh, y'all want to play slow now? Look, what she just said. Watch this. I'm showing y'all on the footage. Wait, if I don't check.
Naturally, I was anxious to but not hear the conversation. My wife got off. Naturally, I was anxious to hear what she told my wife. My wife said they were making a film downstairs and sorry that we were being inconvenienced. That if we could be patient until morning, they could have a manager call us. I found it very odd that we were never told they would be filming in the hotel. I could not sleep. I had to
Y'all heard it? They said they were filming. Guess who I saw? Who they he
sleepy, only the floor above. I got off and walked lower. When I got to the elevator, it would not allow me to go to lower lobby or lobby, only the floor above.
So that explain why this shit. Look, at one some. That's why Friends K wasn't getting off on the elevators in the lobby, bro. He was getting off on the lower level, then walk back up to the lobby, bro. You see what I'm saying? At one some.
Got off and walked downstairs to see the lobby. I didn't see any big film productions, mostly cell phones out, but many kids in the lobby hanging around, walking around, older folks with luggage just hanging around.
Like you see on the footage right
As
now.
I began to walk towards the front desk, a security guard ran towards me and told me to go back to my room. I asked if there was a problem. He said, it's okay. Please go now. I asked if those kids were causing a problem. He said, no, it's okay. We just don't want to have any others in the area. I could not do much about it, but go back upstairs. I told my wife, and she said she was not happy with the service and wanted to check out. I agreed, as we were here for holiday, and did this hotel was just not for us. The next day, September 9th, my family checked out. While waiting, I chatted up with a guy who I'd seen in the cafeteria to say hello, who asked me, do you find something odd about this hotel? I found that a strange question to answer. We did not like it due to lack.
Now look at this.
All right.
So
Y'all
watch
see
this.
the white boy in the lobby.
Now remember this. Now we already know that lady seen Kenneka and her friends. Now she could have seen the police up there. Cause now I understand why Risco told her to go in that back office, bro. It's probably what made Miss Teresa said, I believe, right in her first interview with the news, I believe the hotel enrollment police helped kill my daughter, bruh. That shit don't hit different now. Miss Teresa on the news telling everybody she believed the hotel and Rosemont police helped kill her daughter. And you got this lady sitting up here telling you the police there, what they were doing, they won something. It won something, bruh. Then you got a lady right here that talked to Miss Teresa and told her where she last saw her daughter. And then man coming in calmly. And this police is in this bitch. So that means nobody ain't finna bust a move when the police on the scene, bruh. $229. According to Frank's case statement, he went up there because he got a noise complaint. How will you get a noise complaint at 2:30 and Kenneka was snatched at 2:30? At the same time, Irene said security came up there too sometime. I put a towel up under the door. The marijuana smoke loud. This said two something. Frank's case said he went up there for a noise complaint. And then at Tucson, Kenneka is roaming the halls with kidnappers. You mean to tell me you got a noise complaint 2:30 and Kenneka snatching on the elevator at 2:30 and you still chose to go to the room and telling everybody to stay in their fucking room, even other people? Really? That's why King Rob said what he said about the security dude. Where's your uniform at? Cause you sure didn't have this uniform on when we was there. I'm like, damn, he must be saying he a police or something. And they kind of find out this shit true, bro. So look, then he finna be missing for 30 minutes. Now I know where he was for 30 minutes. Do you? Now look, let's keep watching. Boom. And then you got Bree Bree showing up. And why did Irene try to make it look like when they said Kenneka was missing, they act like Bree Bree wasn't even there? According to the footage, Bree Bree would be there, bro. Bree Bree would be there. That's why this motherfucker say 3:30. That's why that motherfucker say 3:30, bro. Look, them folks told y'all the kitchen been closed on the 8th, right? They said the kitchen closed. So that means they closed the kitchen for them motherfuckers to be chilling in, bruh. If the lawyer said you got people was in the kitchen preparing food at 2 something in the morning, who the fuck they were preparing the food for? The police, the gang member? Cause it ain't shown for the guests. And then that's where all the liquor at. In the fucking kitchen, bruh. That's probably why Mr. Rich is showing y'all all those motherfucking liquor bottles in the fucking kitchen. They saying it's a pool party and you got police officers, and then you know this girl died in the pool. I'm going with this. Oh, what's up, Donovan? Yeah, we gonna link up, goddamn it. Hold on, let me set it up. So boom, let's look at the lobby. Look. So when she said this, I'm gonna tell y'all when that lady said who went down to the front desk to speak with the front desk about the leaking toilet. Let's see how many people paying attention, bro. If I tell you pink is pink, you know the motherfucker pink because you can see it, right? So it's just easy. If this lady telling you, yeah, man, we went down there to the front there, telling them folk about the goddamn water complaint. Man, let me see, can anybody point and see who the fuck she would even be talking about? Thank you, gang. That's all I want to hear. Her husband, and we only see one motherfucker coming down trying to talk to the front desk, round at the same fucking time. And guess who he came in with, bruh? So look, when that lady was talking, Miss Teresa, when that lady was talking to Zach TV, was talking about, yeah, that dude with the plaid striped shirt and like he was in on it. I don't know. But to me, if you see him walking past security, I would understand that you'd be like, yeah, I seen Tim around about the same time. I seen those kids, so he must have something to do. But he could have been the innocent bystander, just like what the letter said. Shit, man, we got a running toilet, and why would the toilet would be running like that and having problem water issues? And these motherfuckers in the pool too. So boom, now you see Monique and them right on cue, bruh. Now you see Monique after him. Soon when this dude leave, now you see Monique and them, bruh. Y'all ain't see this shit. Look, you got this dude in the lobby looking for front desk. There he go right there. So he finna get back on the elevator. And so when that lady is saying what he saw, guess who you finna see after him? Monique and them, bruh. Monique and them. Monique and them, bruh.
That's who sent the letter to her. This going on with thing see because shit, but he died. How I listen. It says this is your come back. You
Something odd about this hotel. I found that a strange question to answer. We did not like it due to lack of service and rudeness by staff. The pool closing disappointing our kids. His reply was there was something more going on here. I seen cops. He mentioned, well, you do know that they have an organ place next door. Them cases I seen some folks look like carriers. Maybe they're snatching organs there. And he laughed out loud.
Damn,
I was
bruh,
stunned
all
and
they
just stared
had.
and said,
All of they had, bro. So she's saying she will be seeing people in the pool area between 1 and 2 o'clock and all this old shit. And look what y'all seeing on the footage. With police officers. Hold on, y'all. Hold on right quick. Hold on.
nothing more to him. Felt more uncomfortable and just wanted to check out.
I got you, Donovan. Hold tight. I got you.
And get the hell out of there. When we checked out, they gave us a coupon to stay one night free at the Holiday Inn. We then went to another hotel and enjoyed the rest of our holiday. I wrote a review about my complaint on their website, but they never approved it. A few months later, my son said, I saw your family on a video on your holiday about the death of the girl where you stayed. My son asked what he was talking about, and his friend said, it is a big case going on at the hotel you all stayed at that got him into, as they say, it was a murder, to watch YouTube videos and go to their website and their whole file on it. So we began to review things. I got the link that he was talking about, and told me about it, and we watched and saw our family in the police video. Him and us in the video. I watched but did not understand what was going on. I showed my wife, now freaking out. We both panicked and began to look at each other. Information about this. In the video, I recognized many. The security guard, the blonde lady, a few businessmen I had seen, and some of those thug-looking kids. When I viewed the drunk girl in the hallway, my heart sank. When I viewed the kitchen she walked through, I ran into the bathroom and threw up. I was very confused. We heard nothing about this while staying there. Why are all we in the surveillance when we had already left the hotel? All I kept doing was relaying back what I saw in my head. My wife, son, and myself had many sleepless nights, writing what we could recall down, going over video surveillance to try to figure out those key memories. Although I did not want to get my kids involved, they often walked around the hotel, went to the pool, restaurant to watch the videos to see if they'd seen anything, people, etc. In viewing, we found two portions of our family in the surveillance walking the halls. My wife then noticed the date on the video was not the date we stayed there of us being seen. In this surveillance, the date said the 9th. We had checked out already. We looked at each other and said, WTF, how is that possible? We combed through many YouTube videos. Oddly, some were saying how they were edited, timestamps included. But why? My wife was scared we were now on video. Would the police call us? We did not know what to do. Naturally, I called the hotel to speak to the manager. The Rosemount police, I left numerous voicemail messages with them. No call returned to this state. In the meantime, I continued sleepless nights coning through these files that were police reports, watching more video surveillance hours on end to see if more footage of my family was on it. I only saw the 2 clips so far of all of us, but recognized some of those people in the lobby and front desk. I recognized the blonde lady in the surveillance, the security guard, but the people at the front desk I'd never seen before, except September 8th, and were not the same when we went in on September 6th nor checked out. We could only think perhaps they changed shift. This was very stressful for all of us. No one is responding to any of our emails or calls. In speaking to a lawyer, they said as long as our faces are blurred, it does not invade our privacy. They were blurred somewhat, but heck, I can tell. But showing this to friends, they could tell it was us. The lawyer said we have no legal grounds to do anything. We are thankful that nothing occurred to us so far to date, personally from us being in the surveillance, but every day we wonder if we are going to get a call or email asking us about it, as we really do not know how many people have watched their videos. I cannot understand why the time and dates are wrong. This perturbs us, as we are not all crazy to know that we were not there on September 9th. We had left, and at a hotel far away. They state that this girl died by entering the freezer drunk and froze to death by an accident, closing the case. But I have to question, how did we get in that surveillance on the date she wandered the halls and people looking for her when we had left the hotel? My son saw your PSA in a Facebook group with answers of this getting answer. If not, it's understandable, but thought to share our experience in this with you and for others to hear our story. Attached our hotel's receipts to know that we were there. I cannot show who we are, as my family is too scared. However, I'm willing to talk to you on the phone, so you know I speak to
If they got by the lady
who live girls, bands, and that armed police officers, sometimes uniformed, were paid $20 to $30 an hour by the jesters to protect these events, with full knowledge that illegal gambling. Upon inquiring about the need for such heavy security, C was told that a few
Ooh-wee. Check this out. Y'all see what's going on? Y'all see, now look,
Now y'all see that's that same lady from that night they went to the front desk office. You see what I'm saying? That's that same lady that was at Tucson talking to Mr. Reese's. That's the same motherfucking lady right there, bro. Fuck you talking about? It's the same lady that talked to Mr. Reese's, bro. Right here. And what the fuck they look like they doing? So just watch the footage. I'm finna bring you on, Donovan boy. Like, hold on, I got to set it up right quick. All right, y'all. I'm trying to set it up, trying to get Donovan in here. I'm having technical issues right quick. Hold on. Now, y'all read this shit right. All you got to do is read that and tell me the police know more than what they said right here. In this paperwork, it just proved they was on the scene, bruh. And they show you why Sergeant Rose made this report right here. Because they got to cover up for what happened at 1 and 2 o'clock. So if you got police there, that's when the police gonna have to take over and falsify these paperwork. Just read it, bro. Hey Donovan Link, I'm finna send it to my all right, click that link right here. Go to my community wall, Donovan. Hit the link and you win. Right here, go to my community wall, hit that link and you win. Just like we did last. All right, y'all, we waiting on Donovan to come in. So boom, y'all can read this and see, can you comprehend what the letter really saying? This statement right here. Hi, y'all. All right, we on.
Okay. I got two phones working today.
Yeah, do your thing, Jack. Do your thing.
What's up, Chad? What's up, Chad? All right. So I was going over some of the chats from last time, and there was a couple of questions that came through. And there was one talking about when the body was on the gurney, how did they get the body straight on the gurney? Because it was in rigor. You remember that, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
You hear me, Trey?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, so what I wanted to let people know is you can break rigor, because remember, rigor is when the muscles starts to decompose. Now, what you're going to do is takes a lot of force to break rigor. Takes a lot of force, and what you're doing is releasing the tension in the muscles. So let's say if the leg pops up or like the knee comes up, to pop that rigor, you're going to have to use a lot of force to pop that muscle, that tension in the muscle loose to get it straight. So you can break rigor. And just for everybody to know, rigor takes about 10 hours to go all the way from the beginning to end, roughly about 10 hours. So my next thing was that white girl that got off the elevator, Trey. Remember the white girl with the black fitting pants, with her hair in the bun, with the white t-shirt?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember when she came off that elevator and she pretended to cough as she was looking back? Who was on that elevator that she was signaling?
Gotta be like police or something. One of them motherfuckers on the elevator.
Which brings me back to how, now, and maybe you can explain this to me. Who is she linked to that was at that party? Was she in any of those videos that was in that party? Because she seems to be everywhere that they went, but I never see her linked to anybody.
Yeah.
Which is very peculiar because to be a white girl with that clique, you have to have done something or know somebody. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And she seemed to be in the mix of everything.
It's like she didn't want to show herself linking on video with them. You know what I'm saying? But going everywhere they going.
Exactly. So why was she, like the pool area? She's seen at the pool area several times. When she was coming down that hallway that goes to the back of the front desk, she was looking at someone over in that area, but you never see that person on camera. Who was she talking to? The front desk guy?
Man, when she walked back toward the pool area and looked back, all right, I don't know who was there in the kitchen because I tried to figure out who was she would look back to, but I know the front desk was at the front desk when she was doing that. So it was somebody else in that restaurant, you know what I'm saying, that was off the camera.
Right. So now we have to figure out, because the only people in play is going to be Frank Cave, the beverage manager, or
and keep in mind, this the beverage manager workstation. This is workstation.
Right. Or, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't there another staff member that was in that freaking beverage area that was doing some cleaning?
Yeah.
Like a female?
Yeah, it was a female with some gray shorts on and with a white t-shirt on, yeah. And she all of a sudden disappeared too.
Disappeared out of thin air. Never seen no hides or hair of that person. You know, and it's like a lot of small things that's very peculiar. But when you look at the whole brass tacks, that white girl is a link to everybody too. Now, we got to figure out what is her connection with the people that was there, because she seemed to be everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, the last chat, somebody mentioned about Miss Teresa. They played to Miss Teresa not being intelligent, and they tried to play her because of her lack of intelligence. Miss Teresa was very smart. When she when she went to the front desk and asked them to look on the video to see, she said she knew her child was there. Her friends gave her a call and told her they were at the hotel and that she was missing. She went to that front desk and she asked them for help, and they didn't help her. So then when she calls 911, they basically blew her off too.
Yeah.
That's when her mind got to thinking, are these two playing me? Is the hotel? That's why she was sitting there saying the hotel and Rosemont security killed my daughter, because she was trying to piece together, are these two motherfuckers in cohesion together? Because she was getting the same response from the hotel and the Rosemont Police Department. They both blew her off. So when they told her, hey, why don't you just go down, wait till the morning, and then if she's not back, file a missing person report, she did it that night. She knew she was being played. That's why she did it that night. And as soon as she got that paper, she came straight back. They didn't plan on that, bro. They didn't plan on that at all.
Yeah. They were planning on her just chill out and let them, and they were gonna call her back some type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So she was very intelligent. She knew she was being played. Her gut told her. Everything told her they playing me. They playing me. She knew right then and there, in my opinion, that something bad happened, and she just had to get closure to that shit. Whether good or bad, she had to know. And she was not leaving that hotel until she got that answer. That's why when she left and came right back, she knew that the hotel was playing her. And she knew Rose was in on it too.
Yeah, they made her. This when they made her get her ass out the freezer. You see what I'm saying? Cause check this out. If Miss Teresa didn't show up, I believe they probably would have got the body out of there.
They would have had plenty of time to get that body out, but time didn't allow it, which goes back to the dude in the red jacket sitting there doing absolutely nothing. And he did go to that break room, the maintenance room.
Yeah.
He went to that maintenance room, and then he was back out there at the front, and he was just quiet as hell.
Why?
Because he was the man telling everybody else, look, here's the time remaining. Here's that time. Look, she came back. We on time clock. We gotta get this done. She ain't leaving. Remember, they was gonna call the police because she was causing a disturbance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And as long as she's sitting, black mamas are something different. You sitting there trying to play a black mama, okay? And she's there and she knows her daughter's there. She's gonna fucking cause a scene. She's gonna get police there to answer her questions. She's gonna cause the biggest scene in the world until somebody gives her some satisfaction.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how it is. So he's sitting there, he's texting. You can clearly see him on the phone, just playing with that damn phone. He's not just looking at YouTube. You know what I'm saying? He's not looking at YouTube. Matter of fact, who's to say he didn't have his camera watching everything going on, giving play-by-play on what was going on? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he gonna have access to that because he's security guard.
He had, exactly. And if you notice the way he moved, he was the one security guard that you saw around, but just enough to view everything, to be in observation.
Mm-hmm.
Like he showed up when they were in the break room talking about what happened at the pool.
Mm-hmm.
He was there. And did you happen to have having a chance to go back to that scene in the break room when the guy picked up the trash can? Did you happen to get to that one?
Talking about behind the back office.
Yes. No. When they were in the break, when they were in the maintenance office, and the maintenance guy was talking about the whole scene on what he saw, and the guy. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know that. I know what you're talking about. That's behind the back office.
Okay, that's the back office. And they picked up the trash can. Did you happen to get a chance to look and see what I saw in that trash can?
I'm gonna go through it now.
Okay. I got a bunch of notes here, so. This is like when we look at everything, it's so when we talk about this and we look at the footage, it makes clear, utter sense played out.
Yeah.
The one thing we don't have 100% certain is who was the one that put that belt around her neck. That's the only thing we don't know, but we narrowed it down to the players involved.
Yeah. And I believe that belt was used. It had to be used because she missing her belt. And you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. She gonna be there if you got her shoes in your hand and then you had your belt off and this girl get choked out. Who is to say that person, let me see your belt, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's all this could be possible.
Well, you think about it, that belt, to me, the way, because you see her when she's doing her little, when she had her little live, when she was in, I believe it was like a bathroom or a room, and you see she had on a red and yellow belt. It was about maybe a half inch in width. That's about the same size that's on Kenneka's neck.
Yeah.
About a 1/2 inch width bruise right around the neck. And that belt stretches.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying? It's a stretchable belt. So a person who used that on Kenneka, I'm going to tell you, that was a male. That was a very, very, it was almost embedded in the neck. That's a strong person. That has to be a male. Has to be a male.
Yeah.
And then when you look at the scene in the freezer, the bruising on her stomach, not just the lividity on her back, that bruising on her lower abdomen, that says assault. Whether it be sexual assault, physical assault, you can tell clearly assaulted. So for them to sit there in the autopsy and sit there and say she wasn't assaulted, that's bullshit. You clearly see the bruising on her.
Yeah, and they got it on the autopsy report of the bruises. I got it pulled up on the screen. They showing the bruises and everything on her left foot, yeah, on her foot, on her calf muscle, in the back of her back, and on the lower part of her waistline.
But what's the one place they don't show any freaking that they didn't report on in that paper? They didn't say she was strangled. They say she froze.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So here's where that freezer come into play. When that freezer was broke, Trey, and they was trying to say she froze in that freezer, the way her body was in rigor, that was going to be how they would prove that she was in the freezer and froze, because her body was in rigor. Yeah. But they're not thinking there's no ice, there's no wetness on the floor. The floor was dry as hell.
Yeah.
Other than the footprints. There was no melting of any fluids in that freezer. There was no boxes. There was nothing in that damn freezer. If anything, if she was thawing out, you should see her body within that ice that had melted around. Her body print should be in that floor. It was not.
I know one thing. So, if she was in the freezer and if it was on, it's supposed to show that she's supposed to have freon in her system, like carbon monoxide and all that. See, they go, they try to sell it like you said, because she was frozen with the rigor mortis and all this, right? They were gonna sell it because everybody looking at it like, damn, she froze, and because her body, you know what I'm saying. But the whole time she could have died from something else. It wasn't hypothermia. So she had to die from strangulation or lack of oxygen. You see what I'm saying? It had to be lack of oxygen, because we know she didn't die from no hypothermia. So if she didn't die from no hypothermia, we need to find out what's the real cause of death. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm trying to figure out. What would be the real cause of death? Strangulation or suffocation? Because once you go back, these people know what time this going to take place. So they're going to need the footage. They're going to have to watch the surveillance footage, see who was in and out the kitchen before she arrived, and all of this shit. Damn, y'all, he gone. He'll be back. Like I said, man, y'all just don't know Donovan own it. He own it, and these the type of people we need to be having on the platform. You know what I'm saying? About breaking this shit down. And man, cause if we keep doing that, bro, man, these folk gonna really be shooken up. Cause they gonna be like, damn, they thinking like detectives now. You know what I'm saying? They thinking like detectives now. They gonna get nervous because everybody ain't gonna be. Hold on, here he come, gang. Hold on. Hold up, y'all. Here he come. Boom. Got you. You in.
I'm back. Okay. Yeah. It's like every time we hit a point, something happens.
Yeah, cause look, in our last live we did yesterday, they age restrict their whole live, bro. Made it harder for people to watch the video. Cause I was looking, I'm like, damn, look what we were talking about before the live got shut down. You know what I'm talking about? Then they age restricted, make it even more harder for people to view it. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what that means, Trey? that you are being watched, that they're listening to your stuff. They're listening.
I know they live.
Obviously, you are a threat. Trey, you are a threat. Right now, you are.
But man,
They know that we.
Yeah, look, all I know is this right here. The evidence speaks for itself. People just got to understand what the evidence is. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand what evidence is. You got to understand the timestamp, why it's skipping. You got to understand everybody's movement that was at the hotel. You got to know what everybody's location was when she was roaming the halls. Because when I looked at the police report, it clearly gonna put everybody in the room. But when Kenneka roaming the hall, she gonna be with staff member, because everybody still gonna be in the room. So while she transported with the staff member, some clicked out because they had to go get Monique and them. This is the reason why they had to go get Monique and them, because if you had to go get Monique and it was playing the belt situation, it was playing, you know what I'm saying, the person that she came in contact with, whoever the murder suspect is, the person that's the staff member, it's like he sent a message and had them to watch. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's it. That is it right there. They wanted her there to watch what was happening. That was a message.
Yeah.
The same thing that happened to Kenneka can happen to you. You just mind your P's and Q's and you keep your mouth shut.
And that's how
you tell them what we want you to tell them. You tell them what we want you to tell them, and you keep your mouth shut. Because if not, this is going to be you. That was the message to everybody else at that party. Whether it be Shemaya, Monifa, Bree, that was the message. And I believe that they made all of them sit there and watch that girl get strangled. They made them watch.
They had to. But they would be right there when you look at the footage when everybody went to that pool area, that's probably when it went down. Right there, when everybody was at the pool.
Exactly. That's what I had in my notes. That's why everybody was there. So everybody could have a hand in what was happening. Whether you are a witness, whether you was part of the conspiracy, whether you was the one that lured her there, whether you the one that killed her. Everybody had to have their hand in it and wash your hands in that blood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That way, if everybody has a hand in it, no one's going to talk.
Mm-hmm. And think about it like this here, like on some old murder cases. Like if you a driver and this person tell you, take me over here to this house, and you drive there, and this person go in the house and kill everybody in the house and jump in the car with you, you might don't know, but you still finna be charged to assess.
You're charged with the same murder at the person that did it. So
that's how the way I'm looking at the pool when it comes to the murder scene. Boom, I'm finna do this, and I'm finna show you, you know what I'm saying, this gonna happen to you, so you know you ain't finna say nothing then, you know what I'm saying? That's why they ain't never said nothing about the hotel. Not one time when this shit happened to Kenneka, not one time them folks going live and like, I hate that hotel, these motherfuckers did that to my friend, none of that.
None of it. And the hotel still is going on. You know, and regardless, okay, I know a lot of people talk about the organ ring and everything. Yeah, he's not here nor there. We don't believe that her kidney was taken, so we can exit out the door. It just so happens that, yeah, Selena Gomez had an operation that same in, whatever the case may be, que sera, sera. The fact that Bill Murray was opening himself, the restaurant, the Caddyshack there, maybe that was just coincidence to an extent.
Right.
Because guys could be to an extent, because if that kitchen was supposed to be for him and they were in that lower level, to use that kitchen, you have to have the okay from Bill Murray. Yeah. He had to be in the loop. Because what if the fact that he came in unexpected, okay? And he's going to have his staff look at the kitchen for whatever reason, and they found that body. Now everything changes. So you have to know you have to know that, hey, we're gonna borrow your kitchen. They may not tell them exactly what for. Hey, we need to use your kitchen to store something. Are you cool with that? Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Did he ever open that restaurant there?
Yeah, the restaurant open now. It's been that junk opened up a couple of months after her death.
So that means that it came at a cost to the hotel again.
And I believe they rushed it to go on and be like, go on get it over, because they would give them enough time to like remodel it. Because once you remodel it, you destroying evidence. You know what I'm talking about?
Exactly. And another thing about this, when we talked about the fingerprints last time, you know, when she walked down that hall, touching all those doors, and they didn't pull fingerprints. Just in case everybody knows, fingerprints are nothing more than oil and amino acids. So when you saw her walking down the hallway and she's walking up the ramp and she's wiping her face and then she touches something, her prints were placed wherever she's touched. They never pulled the print. Never pulled the print. And we talk about, and with the stuff that was under her nails, we saw the plastic bag and stuff like that. There was possible DNA under those nails. And DNA is nothing more than deoxyribonucleic acid. So if she had fought her assailant, there's probably skin follicles underneath those nails, which is DNA. The plastic bag that she was trying to get out of, I do believe she was put in a bag. I do believe she was put on that cart. And it's kind of ironic that someone sent you that picture of the cart with the black bag that looked like somebody or something was in it. It almost looked identical to the bag that was on that cart, along with the small bag and a couple of boxes. And that person was being real gentle in how they moved that cart around. When you have trash, you ain't trying to be nice about it. You're just trying to get that trash to where it needs to go. They were very meticulous in how they moved that cart. So it wouldn't surprise me if she was in that bag. You feel me? Hello?
Oh yeah, here I go. I'm here. Yeah.
Okay.
So look.
So I believe she was in that bag. I believe she was in that bag.
I believe she was in that bag too. And when you see dude pushing that cart, now this is what I looked at. I watched him when he went and grabbed that bag. Like, okay, this is how the camera gonna show it. The camera gonna show he at the restaurant, and that's where he got the bag from, and put it on the cart. So once he put it on the cart, I looked at the shape of the bag because I want to know, is it gonna be the same bag if I'm gonna see on the next camera? So when I see it on the next camera, I'm like, damn, the bag look totally different. It do look different. So the way I'm looking at the footage, even though they said this shit going on like at 12 o'clock, that could be right at 4. That could be when they putting her in the freezer. Cause look at, like you said, we're careful. He worrying about the leaks and shit. You know what's leaking.
And what if they hit something and let's say her leg pops out or the bag starts to move and she was moving in the bag? Maybe, see, there's a lot of maybes, but what we do know, what if she'd have fell off the cart? It would have opened up that bag. The cat would have been out the bag. And another thing about that particular scene, Trey, remember the scene in that kitchen and they were moving around, it was coming back there, going towards that freezer area. Did you notice the rag that was on, the yellow rag that was on the sink? And when the timestamp was skipping, that rag moved. Yeah. That means that rag was touched. Someone used that rag and put it back. And then what happened was when they skipped that time, you can see it was in one position, but then it's in another position. Someone used that rag, but you saw no one else, but people just walking back and forth throughout that bag. Someone was at that sink. Someone used that rag and they used that skip to delete that person who grabbed that bag. What was they using that rag for?
They don't tell no rocket science to figure that out. If they need their rag, they need to wash some up.
And it's funny, they took a bucket back there. And it wasn't to clean up or fix the freezer, because you can tell it was really nothing mopped in that freezer. When there was blood on that floor, there were footprints in that freezer, in the blood. The question is, it didn't come from that Nike shoe. That came from the cops themselves. why didn't they log in everybody that was in that freezer in the police report, and then have the log of those who may have stepped in that blood? This is the process. Let's say I'm going to a crime scene and there's a lot of blood, Trey. So what I'm going to do is everybody who's in that walk-in, I'm going to get your name, your badge number, the time. I'm going to take a sample of your footprint. So when we compare those footprints to the footprints that's on the floor, that's in the blood or dirt, we can account for every footprint. So if the footprint doesn't match the people in the walk-in, then that means this is a foreign footprint. So now we can address whose footprint is this, size, make. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
None of that was done. None of that was done.
And I'm quite sure Kenneka will have blood on her. It's gonna be blood on the suspect too, bro.
Yeah, because she fought back. She fought back. Somebody, if she's scratching and fighting, she's scratching. We didn't see anybody in there who was scratched. And if they were somebody in that freezer that was scratched, they kept them out of view. And who's the few people that they kept out of view? That one, the one police officer that we feel is probably the one that killed him, the one that was sitting in the lobby when that guy came in there, was like, who y'all protecting? It could have been that cop.
Yeah.
If you notice, oh shit.
Like, matter of fact, when Jedediah went up there, now you got the black security officer too. When Jedediah went up there, we seen the other police officer talk to Jedediah. You know what I'm talking about? The security dude. But it was a black security dude too was in that lobby. And he didn't even want to get on the camera with Jedediah. He was dodging the shit out of Jedediah. You know, I need to go to that footage. That's what I need to do, go to that footage. Hi y'all, appreciate the Cash App gang too, gang. Appreciate it. Hold on, let me go to it. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna go to that.
You may be on mute.
Yeah, we good now.
Okay, cool. I had to use my second phone. My fault. So it means that he was probably, and if you look at the way he looked at that dude who was said, who you protected, he looked like he wanted to kill that motherfucker, dude.
He did. Man,
he had that look in his eye.
Man, that man, he
had that look in his eye.
That man looked at that man like, man, bro, if you don't get out of here, bro, I'ma do you in. I'm finna try to find that guy. He'll be back, gang. I see him when he pop up.
That's what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we know that dude had that look in his eye, like he took a life before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like I said, I'm a former active duty Marine, and I know that look. When a dude is taking that life, you know that look. He had that look in his eye, bro.
And then that just showed me how quick his temper is too.
Very short temper. He's a live wire, bro. He's a live wire.
That's the type of
he is quick to. He's probably a cop. He probably is a cop that's probably had a lot of stuff in his paperwork of him using excessive force.
Yeah, he is a cop. He in the uniform and everything. I seen him in the uniform. He a police. And
he probably has a history
too. That's another thing. What you just said, he might have a whole lot of use of force. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, abuse of power. He seems like that dude that was in high school who no one else gave a damn attention to. And they sat there and they bullied him. And he said, you know what? I'm going to become a cop. I'm going to show these dudes. He seems like one of them dudes. He seems like one of them type of dudes.
Mm-hmm. I got the video pulled up right now.
Yeah, it's got to be a history of him, bro. It's got to be a history of him with problems because, and the way, like his stance was a defensive stance. The way he held his hand, you know, the right hand over the one hand, and that was strange to me. He had underneath his shirt, he had like a long sleeve shirt underneath that shirt, like he had like those Armor All type black arm things.
Yeah.
And that's like Indian summertime, bro. Why did he have that on? That's unusual. You know, that's usually something that you would do if you play like basketball or something, and you were just working out or something. That was Indian summer. I don't know how it is in Chicago, as far as Chicago heat, but I'm in Texas, bro, and I know Texas heat is a different kind of heat. So when it's Indian summertime, man, you're trying to keep those short sleeve shirts on. If you have long sleeves, you rolling them up. Dude, you ain't dressing up with extra sleeves under your arms under a long sleeve shirt. That doesn't make sense to me, bro.
And then this shit was in September. That's the summertime, bro.
Yep, that's Indian summer. So it's like that nasty hot, where it's hot and muggy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Which means, what was he hiding underneath that? If you wearing a long sleeve shirt and you wearing those armbands, what were you hiding? Was it where she was fighting for her life and she was scratching your hands and arms?
Scratches and shit.
There you go. There you go. See, now that makes clear sense to me. Yeah. And everybody in this chat can look at it and say, that's right, that makes sense. So why can't these people figure it out?
I need to zoom in on this motherfucking hands and make sure, you know, I'm gonna zoom in on that sucker hand. Damn word.
Because he was using his right hand covering up his. Let me see. No, he was using his left hand covering up his right hand in that stance where you got the one foot out. You standing there like you just like. Yeah. So I remember that video. One thing I like to do, Trey, is I look for the little minor details and stuff, like the very small things. The things when people do things, they have normal tendencies. And it's those things that you can't shake. It's like a person who's trying to fool you when they write a letter and try to pretend like they're someone else. When you write a letter, there's certain letters that you just don't change. T's, C's, S's, B's. Those are things that you learn from elementary school on up. Even if you try to change your handwriting, there's those little tendencies that you do that you don't know about that you will constantly do throughout your life. Mm-hmm. And it's those little tendencies that a person does that I look for.
Yeah.
Like when I was in school, one of my areas that I had really good focus area in was like being able to profile. Profiling is like one of my things. So I can be around, plus I'm a Virgo. So it's like, as a Virgo, if I'm around you for 5 minutes, I know within 5 minutes whether I want to talk to you, hang with you, or want nothing to do with you. My gut tells me everything. Mm-hmm. Your mind will play tricks on you. Your mind will play tricks. Your heart will lie, but your gut never fails, bro. And everything in my gut tells me that that's the dude that was probably the dude that put it around her neck. Everybody else was there to watch. The question is, who gave him the order to do it?
It's the part right there. Cause it just show you like, damn, if he doing all of this shit, and I mean like, and nobody can control him.
Yeah, he was ultra quiet too. Like,
yeah.
And that one cop kept his eye on him. Who you protecting? Looks right at him. And every time that guy moved towards him, the cops went right around him.
Yeah.
And that wasn't because they were pretty much you know what, Trey? It may not would be for them to protect him. Maybe it was to keep him from snapping.
Man, because that man
keeping him from himself. keeping him from himself, because the way he eyeballed the old boy when he says, "Who you protecting?" He was about to leap out. Dude, if he could have an out-of-body experience, his soul would have jumped out his body and grabbed that dude by his throat and would have choked him in that lobby.
Cause look, when Jedediah asks him, hold on, I'm finna play it right.
Jedediah,
right now.
that's the dude.
Look, here we go. I'm finna play it right now.
Sir, the public information officer has the most authorization to give you all information you're asking. Okay?
Jedediah finna say, he finna ask a question, and that man just responded like, hold on.
You're welcome. I should give you all information you're asking.
Reasonable for them to afford this, did That's what you thought. Any answers for black people, for the young black girl being killed? Anything?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, that boy automatic stepped up when he said, anybody got any question about this girl that was found dead in the... Man, that boy just instantly approached that man.
I mean,
within a reasonable amount of time. So when I have to, I can leave. You want to know how I know that? I got a reasonable amount of time to walk away. And that's exactly...
You got to keep people like that on the leash.
Yeah, man, I've seen so many police officers, bro, they got quick tempers and shit. But when Jedediah...
And see, that means...
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. That means that dude, I want to know his psyche valve when he took that psyche valve test. How did he become a cop? Because obviously he twisted.
Yeah. And then not only that, now that black security guard, he ain't trying to be intervene with Jedediah. He ain't trying to, he just in the back right here. He just in the back watching right everything down. Now, he had to work that night, him and the other security guard. I believe that's the one that's over all the security, because he had a different uniform on than everybody. He had beige khaki on with a black security shirt. You know what I'm saying? So, boom.
Yeah, he could be a supervisor.
Yeah, he could be a supervisor. But that black dude, why would you stay out the way like you don't know what the fuck going on? You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be right there with the police like, yeah, we don't mean no harm, but you know what I'm saying? Intervene or something. But you all in the back.
You know why, Trey?
You making sure motherfucker don't ask you shit.
You know why? It's probably one of two things. Either A, he has a fear for him for whatever reason, or B, he's that dude that's, you know what? I'm not in this. I'm not gonna say nothing, and even if I'm approached, I don't know nothing, but he don't like it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like if you're in a police force and you know the dude that you're working with is corrupt, but you say nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a common knowledge between you two that you know what he's doing is fucked up, but you do nothing about it to get him taken care of. He seemed like that's where he's at. He don't want to cause no friction for himself, because if he does say something, that's like professional suicide.
Yeah, because once you think about it, police ain't just finna snitch on no other police officer. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
That's just really...
It'll be either internal.
Yeah, that you finna lose your job. You finna lose everything you work hard for. You got to become a whistleblower or some shit. But 9 times
Which means that...
Yeah, go ahead.
Which means that when you are a member of the Boys in Blue, that blue shield, if you go against that grain, you got the whole entire city and state of Chicago on your ass, bro.
No, dude.
That, no matter where you go, your name is known, whether you be a sheriff department, whether you be the police department, whether you be Rosemont, DPS, public safety. I don't care if you fucking the trolley police. You know, no matter where you go, eyes are on you, and that's where that guy's at.
Yep, I believe it. I see it all the time.
It's sad, bro. It takes a special person to come out, but with this case, they're gonna tell on themselves, bro. They're doing it, and it's gonna come down. It's gonna come down to the person that's willing to ruffle the sheets, because this case ain't going nowhere. This case ain't going nowhere.
I wouldn't mind looking at all these police that did the investigation on the Kenneka Jenkins case. I want to know what they report saying about, you know what I'm talking about their evaluation.
I know that there's a way. I know that there's a way you can do it. I just don't know the procedure as to how. Maybe that's something that we could probably look up and find out how. But once you do that and you start poking, now you become on the radar. So if we start doing this, I know I will. I have nothing to, you know, it don't bother me. I fear nothing but God himself. So, you know, you're gonna come to me, like I said, I live in Texas. And in Texas, we do things different down here. You know what I'm saying? You know, you try to come in this house, if my pit bulls don't get you first, my gun gonna definitely get you. So if we do this, it's gonna open up some floodgates. I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to do whatever I can to find out, because I'm curious as you as to how these cops' reports are. Because that dude is a live wire.
I looked up that guy's I looked up Lenny, the beverage manager. He got a brother work on the police force. I pulled up his background because he worked for Chicago police, not Rosemont. And don't you know, man? Look, he been charged with beating women up. All his charges when it comes to South, it come from a woman. And the lady sued him.
Oh, so he a bitch.
Yeah, the lady sued him, and he had caused them folks that, I guess, the out of court settlement was like almost like $1 million because he violated the lady rights. They was at a bar or some shit. They got to arguing or something. He just pistol whipped the girl. You know what I'm talking about? And all that.
What?
Yeah, that's Lenny. That's Lenny brother. He the police. His name Lenny. His name is Nicholas Panoska. He worked for Chicago police. And so I was like, damn, when I looked up him, it'll tell you all the officers that was involved in with it. I looked up all the police on the Chicago. Man, don't you know you had police officer assaulting transgender men. They would lock the men's up, right, the transgender without a charge. It's like detaining them, you know what I'm saying? Put them in a holding tank, sexually abuse them, and drop the charge and let them go, bro.
That's crazy, Trey. That's crazy. And see, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. The whole Chicago police so corrupt. I looked it up. This how I found out. Go on Chicago police and you just look up all they reports. It gonna tell you all they report. All of them gonna have use of force. You know what I'm saying? All of them gonna have use of force. These people got Chicago down there, millions in debt. For out of court settlements and all this shit.
I'll explain to you how that works. So every fiscal year, the police department gets an X amount of dollars, okay? Whether it be $1 million, $2, $3, $4, $5, whatever the number is for that particular precinct, they have an X amount of dollars. Yeah. So what that means is they plan on being sued an X amount of times. That's why you see a lot of these people, when they have to settle out of court, and they sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. And they say they can't tell with any details of the case. They give you like 100,000, 200,000, and they have this money to use up to the amount that they have on the books just for being sued. Which goes back to this NDA. Wasn't it said that there was hotel employees after this Kenneka murder that they had to sign a non-disclosure agreement?
Yeah.
I used to work for Evans Hotel, Catamaran Hotel Resort in San Diego, California. That's a hotel and resort. We were on the beach. We had high rises. We had bungalows, okay? We've had instances where we had to involve police. Never in the 2 years that I worked there, and I worked my way up from security officer to supervisor, I've never had to sign a non-disclosure agreement on anything that happened at that hotel. Evans Hotel has several properties throughout San Diego. One of those areas is called Torrey Pines Golf Course and Resort. This is the resort that Scott Peterson was arrested at, the guy who was charged for killing his wife and unborn child in Modesto. Yeah. He was at our sister hotel. Not one of them had to sign a non-disclosure agreement when it pertained to him. Why is it that this hotel made you sign a non-disclosure agreement the day when this murder went down and it hit the news? They all had to sign non-disclosure agreements. That's because they hiding something.
Yeah. You know they had a whole lot. I believe this what they had. They know the staff did it. They seen the crime of opportunity because they were witnessing criminal activity because that's what the court paper said. They were witnessing whatever they were doing with her. They seen the opportunity to get in on the crime. So boom, once they did their part in committing crime, since they already seen what they were doing in the room, they just used it against them. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, you in the wrong just like we in the wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a killer, so you won't say nothing. I'm law enforcement. You know, so you know it's gonna be a whole lot of threatening tactics. You know what I'm saying? Intimidation, all of this shit to keep the motherfuckers quiet. So that's why nobody from the Crown Plaza, the people that went to the party, never not said nothing about Crown Plaza, how they feel about the situation, or even trying to, you know what I'm saying, tell her what. They ain't saying none of that. It just the same script. I don't know what happened to her, and that's what I'm gonna say. I don't know what happened.
You know what, Trey? I'm gonna say something, and it's probably gonna start to hurt a lot of people on this chat, but I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna be honest. The moment that Kenneka walked in that hotel, she was doomed when she showed up. Yeah. You're not going to tell me that they were going to do what they were going to do to her and let her live and walk out that hotel, knowing that she's going to identify every one of her assailants. That was not going to happen.
I believe
so. When it all went down, they figured it would end by her leaving that hotel, and they probably going to dump her off somewhere. Whether it be, like someone said in the chat the last time, whether it be by her mother's house in the car and let her mother find her. But that didn't work out. So then the hotel had to be involved. And whatever reason, that security guard did it, I think that at that point, it was a point of a situation of opportunity, because he seemed like one of the motherfuckers that's probably a pedo too, and he wanted to get his little rocks off. But once again, that's all speculation. The fact of the matter is, once the shit went down, they were not going to let that girl live. They were not going to let that girl live. And that's what's sad. That is what's sad.
I believe it, because they would have showed her arriving peacefully, walking down food court, and they would have showed her walking in the lobby. You know what I'm saying? If it never, because why would it look like she was already in danger when she get down to the end of the food court hall, and it looked like somebody grabbed the girl?
Trey, she was in trouble when everybody was in that room, and she said she wanted to go. Her spidey senses was going off then. I want to go home. I want to go home. That's why that phone was kept away from her. Because if she didn't have her phone, she would have got a hold of her mother. Mama, come get me. Something ain't right. Mama, something ain't right. I don't feel safe. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why they kept that phone away from her, bro. Why they kept that phone away from her. And then that phone became important because, number one, they wanted to check if anything was on that phone that probably implicated them. But if you cut off, they thinking, if I get hold of this phone, I can cut that phone off. We can dump her somewhere, and they can't ping us where we taking her to. Because you know, if that phone is still on, what the cops are going to do, supposedly, is ping the phone. Yeah. And whatever cell tower is around, that's going to give them a general location. And if she had an iPhone, that changes everything, bro. Because if you have an iPhone, that's within inches of a person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They can pinpoint you down within inches. So that's why that phone was so important for them to get a hold of.
That she had an iPhone. It was that. But look, when I look at this footage of her arriving, girl, this way I'm looking at it now with fresh eyes. it looked like Kenneka was uncomfortable when she was walking down the food court hall, and then how the way Bree and them walk, it's like they ain't even excited. Nobody ain't smiling like, yeah, bitch, we here, we finna turn up type of shit. Kenneka looking around like, damn, you know what I'm talking about? She looking around,
And she
Bree looking like she confused. I'm looking at
she
this
felt
shit.
some kind of way. She felt it. When she got there, that, you know, when you get that feeling, when you walking, let's say you walking down a street that you're not familiar with, and you're walking, and you get that feeling like you being watched, and the back of your hairs on the neck stand up. I clearly felt that when she got in that room, the back of her hair, the hairs on the back of her neck stood up. They kept forcing her to drink something. What did Manifa say? You should be enjoying yourself. Have fun. Passing that drink. You know what I'm saying? Your enemy is always the closest person to you.
Yeah.
Like they say, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. That girl was Monifa's enemy, and she was happy to throw her under the bus. She can't say, I didn't know what was going to happen. You knew exactly what was going to happen. Everybody in that room was part of it. They knew what was going down. Whether they knew that she was going to be raped or whatever the case may be, beat up, doesn't matter. You knew that something foul was going to happen.
They knew. That's why they brought her there.
Exactly. And they tried to make her feel comfortable. That's where Monifa wasn't invited, but you're there. What did I believe it was Shamaya or somebody said to Monifa, said about Monifa, you hanging with the ops.
Yeah.
If one of them was screwing Rico, and she tells Monifa, you hanging with the ops. To me, if Kenneka and old girl both was intimate with Rico, that's your op.
Totally.
That's now when people hear the word op, you know what people automatically think, oh, gang related. No. You're supposed to be hanging with me, and you hanging with the broad that was with my man. You get what I'm saying?
I'm quite sure when before Kenneka got at the pod, I'm quite sure she already asked them, man, such and such gonna be there, cause such and such gonna be there. I ain't coming. Now, you know, such and such ain't even coming. You know what I'm talking about? They could have told her.
What did she say?
Yeah.
What did she say, Trey? I don't know half these motherfuckers that. One of them said, we didn't know half the people at that party.
Mm-hmm.
So, to me, I know I'm the type of person, if I'm uncomfortable where I'm at, I get the fuck out. I've had a situation where I walked in my house and felt like I was being watched. I walk through my house and I go to my door and there's a dude walking down my steps telling me, you say anything and I'll come back and I'll kill you. And this nigga was in my house looking at me in my bedroom and I didn't even know he was in my house. So, and this was many, many moons ago when I was a different person back then. But I'm just saying, but what made me turn around and look was the hair on the back of my neck. When you just know that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I know she had that feeling, bro. And there's nothing that anybody can tell me that when everything went down, she was not leaving there alive. Period, point blank.
I believe it.
And that breaks my heart, dude, because if I think about my daughter a lot. And I have a daughter who has a hot head and sometimes she gets herself in situations. And it would break my heart if one of her friends did what they did to that girl. Oh, everybody in fucking Houston, Fort Worth is gonna go. I blow the whole motherfucker up like a goddamn bomb.
Hell yeah. I know I would. That's when I'ma just crash out. Cause man, you take one
crash the fuck out.
Man, I'm crashing.
And I'm not gonna kill myself after I'm done either. I'm gonna make sure that when the judge asks me, why did you do it? I told these motherfuckers don't fuck with my family. And this is the outcome of what happens.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. It was that dude, it was back in the 1800s. He had committed murder to the police officer, like in the 1800s. And when they sentenced him to death, they asked him, do you have any last word? That man said, man, I ain't come to talk, I come here to die.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the most gangster
Sometimes
shit I heard, bro.
You know, and it's like I said, dude, it's like these King Rob, I know orchestrated that whole shit at that hotel. That fucking, he's a piss-eyed fucking motherfucker, dude.
Yeah.
This has his hand in it, bro. This has his hand in it.
Cause you look.
He was there. He was there somewhere, bro. He was there.
Look.
He was there.
Look at, if you got grown men around a bunch of girls, now you already know what's finna go on. You crammed up in a hotel room. That's probably why they were telling everybody, go in the room, because you don't want to be seen with no underage girl. Y'all in the room, y'all chill, you making it look hot. And then everybody know what King Rob mindset is. It's all he got on his mind. Young girls. If you drink, you want something to drink, you want something to smoke, because he got all the drugs that the female want. So you already know he don't talk to Monifa or know what I'm talking about. He encouraged a whole lot of this shit, bro. It's all about a man
because he can't deal
shit.
with women his age. Women his age don't fuck with him.
Yeah, I see why. Look at that nigga face.
Because he's a piece of crap. He's a piece of crap.
He ain't shit.
You know, bro, this is, you know, I want to get another perspective. You know, is Tristan in the chat? Because she's been dying to get into this forum, bro. I think she has some insight on this shit too.
Oh yeah. See, the only thing about it, on this platform, I could just bring one at a time. If I was on the other one,
I get you.
I can get to about 6 motherfuckers on her. You know what I'm talking about? So look,
we have to schedule up something, Trey. We have to schedule something up where we can get you, me, Tristan, and I believe it's Miss Davenport.
Yeah.
We need to get up in here, and get us 4 up in here, and we can have a major powwow about this stuff, because I know that like I said, I don't live in Chicago, so everything that I've gotten, I watch you religiously, I watch 54 Keys, but there are people who are there who live in Chicago. We have a whole new different insight in this, but we all know that, we all know what's going on. We all know what's going on. So I look at it where we know who probably strangled that girl, we know the players who got her there, we know who was involved. We need to know who gave the order to go ahead and kill that girl, bro. But she was not leaving that hotel alive.
Yeah, and then look, and check this out. You know the staff was right there when that shit was going down too in the killing, bro. The manager, Risco, Lennon, them. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about. They just weren't in their office doing no paperwork. Everybody gonna be at the crime scene, and they probably will panic like, do what you gotta do. You the police officer, because you gotta think about it. He the police, and you know what I'm saying. Everything he say gonna go, because he the police. And then
so Risco had to be the one. Risco had to be the one to give the order, which gives the general manager and the owner.
I believe it's Lennon, because Lennon.
You think so?
Because look, check this out.
Because you have to have plausible deniability. You have to have plausible deniability. So someone had to take the responsibility of the general manager and the owner to make that judgment call. So the general manager and or the owner have plausible deniability, meaning that they have, if shit was to go down, they can say, I had no idea that this was going on in my hotel.
Now check this out. I do know this for a fact. If they sign some confidentiality form about their kitchen, only person that can write that shit up is Lennon, because that's his kitchen. You know what I'm saying?
Quit.
Yeah, can't nobody else do it, make them sign nothing, because they not authorized over the kitchen. I could see if it was like a laundry, a person manager, some shit like that. Just say like, if it happened in the laundry room, boom, you would have a motherfucker from the laundry room writing that shit up like a manager or something. You see what I'm saying? But it's Lenny Kitchen. That's who they gonna have to sign it through Lenny, because you gotta follow the paper trail. Lenny is the one that gonna hold all the money that's dealing with the kitchen. When they get them donation, all that shit, the Lenny get a percentage of that shit. You see what I'm saying? We get bonus and shit when we throw big parties and shit, when they get donations and shit. Now the manager will split that up, or they'll hide it from us. You know what I'm talking about? And I do know that part.
So do they have a banquet manager?
Huh? Yeah, a banquet manager.
Does the hotel have a banquet manager?
Yeah, you got a banquet manager for sure. And the banquet manager, nine times out of 10, gonna be a female.
So,
but check this out. But look, you gotta look at the sales director though. Cause that's who gonna be having control over the money. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, right. Yeah, so cause the sales director would let them, the people gonna make the deal with the sales director, cause Linda gonna set the price for it. So if they want to do extra donating and tip and all that shit gonna go back to Linda, and he gonna be the one to divide it, how to everybody get their little cuts and know what I'm talking about and all this. So this one.
So that would be the banquet manager in the kitchen, the chef, right?
Right. You're going to have the banquet manager, the kitchen chef, then the assistant beverage manager, and then the director beverage manager. Them are all the people that's going to be over the kitchen. You see what I'm saying? If the assistant beverage manager ain't there, the next person that's going to be in charge is a chef. You see what I'm saying? The chef is like the supervisor over the kitchen.
Right. So if the chef quit, who then becomes in charge of the kitchen? The assistant banquet, the assistant beverage manager?
It's gonna be a lead cook till they find a chef. It's gonna be a lead cook, because keep this in mind, if the chef ain't
somebody that they can so it's somebody that they put in the position to control.
Yeah, you could put it just say like, okay, just say if I show up for work and if the chef ain't there, the next person that's gonna be in charge is the person that's upon the chef, like the lead cook. But the lead cook gonna take his
like
order.
Sous chef or some shit like that.
Yeah. Until they get another chef to come in. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay. Which means still, even though he may run the shift, it's still gonna fall under either the beverage manager or the banquet manager.
Look, put it like this. The chef don't always work in the kitchen. The chef would just be standing there and make sure everybody else working. It be the lead cook that be doing everything else, making sure everybody doing what they supposed to do, cooking and keeping up with the orders and what need to be sent out, what need to be prepped and all that. So the chef just gonna be there to make sure the food up to quality, you know what I'm saying, the right coloring, the right seasoning, and you know what I'm talking about, and all that. Make sure everything go well when it comes to serving the food. You know what I'm talking about? So that's how the way that shit go.
Because the reason why I'm asking is because if the chef quit and somebody fills in that position and they're making everybody in the kitchen or just about everybody in the kitchen sign non-disclosure agreements, most of the time, people don't sign a non-disclosure agreement if they don't feel comfortable with the person in charge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I know my chef, I'm cool with the chef, and the chef says, sign this non-disclosure agreement, you pretty much sign it because you're cool with that person. Mm-hmm. But if something happened like this, and then he quits, and then someone fills in the spot, naturally people with common sense say, why he quit? So then they question what's really going on. And the red flags go up, something's up. And if they come and say, we need you to sign this non-disclosure agreement, most people will say, I don't know if I feel comfortable. Why do I have to sign this non-disclosure agreement? They start to question as to the reasoning of why they're signing that non-disclosure agreement.
Now look, keep this in mind.
And if they don't,
that kitchen that Kenneka was found in the freezer, don't you know it's more coolers in there, and you have chef or the kitchen worker going in there bringing carts out that same kitchen. So when I was watching this. Look, when I was watching that chef, right, it's like he wanted to get in that kitchen. Now, keep this in mind. I bet you that cooler was working and they were still using the cooler. The reason why the coolers is empty, cause them ain't the type of coolers that you just stock groceries in. That's the coolers that if I prep, just say if I got a party for like 200 people.
You trapping.
Yeah, so I cart everything up, put everything on the cart, and I push it in that cooler. You see what I'm saying? Until I need it.
Makes 100% sense, Trey. That makes 100% sense to me. It's only there to keep the food chill like salads.
That's why they say the kitchen was unused, because Cause when you look at the freezer in the cooler, it's nothing in there. So you automatically think like, well, damn, I don't see nothing in there, so it wasn't being used. Now, don't you know how many coolers that didn't have when I worked at a hotel, bro? Just like that cooler that we see, that's what I suspect for it to be empty like that. Cause only time when it be filled up if you got a big order. Cause you got to store all your food at. You know what I'm saying? Just say if I got a party tomorrow morning. When I get to work in the morning, you know what I'm saying, I should already have shit prepped in that cooler, and I could just roll all the food out, and then in the freezer in the cooler will be empty. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah,
right. They used it. They used it for the banquets up until the
banquet. Yeah, that's what they use it for, banquet. That's where banquets. Just say like if you got an order out, just say like they might have an order out like I got 100 slice cake. You know what I'm saying? Cause they fix your food for you. So you might have plates that's already, you know what I'm saying, fixed and stole and put it in the freezer. You know what I'm talking about?
And since it wasn't being used, it was extra space that they could actually store all that stuff without clogging up the other freezer, other walk-ins, or everything else.
Cause think about it.
So
once you get through cooking all that food, just say you cook 250 wings, then you got salads. You got salads, cakes, desserts, you know what I'm saying, and all this. Right. Once you prep all that, you got to put that in the cooler till you ready for it. Right. You see what I'm saying? This when you preheat everything. You know what I'm saying? Cause once you bring everything now, you put everything in the oven. Cause we make pizzas and shit and put the pieces in the cooler. Put it on trays and everything, shrink wrap it up. Put it in there in case we need to order like, oh damn, we need 2 more pepperonis and 2 more meat lovers. You know what I'm saying? So I just go in the cooler, get a couple on. Yeah.
Shit.
See what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, gang. I'm finna open up that platform and I'm gonna let all y'all come in together so we can know what I'm talking about, do it like that. So y'all be on the lookout, cause I like this conversation, bro, and I like everything what we doing right now, cause we hitting everything on the nail. We looking at this shit like how the detective would look at it and the police looking at it. You know what I'm talking about? Cause them the motherfucking masterminds when it come to covering it up, and they know what I'm saying, to falsify the reports and all this. So yeah, we gonna bust these motherfuckers in a new asshole, Jack. You know what I'm talking about? Hi y'all, appreciate the cash out gang, 2 gang, and I'm gonna come back probably like another couple of hours. I'm gonna set everything up with my little receipts and shit, you know what I'm talking about, and so we can run real smooth. Yeah, y'all, Trish, where you at, boo? Be on the lookout now. I'm gonna need you to have your notification gang on now, you know what I'm talking about. Tristan Johnston. And who else gonna join the platform too? I know it's gonna be Trish. I know it's gonna be Donovan. You know what I'm talking about? Cause I can get up to about 6 people on the platform. So yeah, y'all gonna take y'all notes and you know what I'm talking about? It could be some more people that got questions, want to speak up. You know what I'm talking about? This the platform to do that. You did what I'm talking about? So yeah, all y'all gonna have a word to get in on this. Let me set everything up so we can do this shit, and we gonna go live around probably about 6 or 7. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't gonna be too long. So, y'all. We'll be right back, gang.